You'll see the red. You'll see the red light on her.
I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it.
All right. Well, we're just gonna start it up, and then I'll just send you the video after we get done. All right.
All right, hold on one more second.
Mm.
Let me see if I can refresh my page. Hold on, it's saying something. Oh, no, 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 no. All right. Damn, I was hoping to get this fixed. All right. Let me turn on. All right, I'm ready.
All right. You want me to start the show over real quick?
No, you can go from here.
All right. Hey, what's good? What's good, y'all? How y'all doing? We're back again at TNT Show, Tuesdays at 8:30. Back for our second show. How's everybody doing out there? Good to see y'all. Thanks for coming to check us out. If we having any problems with the technical difficulties, the link will be set right after the show on Tamara's Facebook page and my YouTube page. So that's just in case if you missed it. So don't worry about that. It'll be on as soon as we get done. So I'm gonna let you start the show and introduce yourself, and we're gonna start it right off of you. Go ahead, babe.
Hey, this is your girl T. I'm coming to you live here on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, all social media platforms as TikTok and also Snapchat. So I want to say hi to all my followers on all those platforms. Good to see you guys. And tonight's topic, we're going to do a tip for tap. So last week I had a 9-day rule. This week my brother's coming with the bring back the traditional women with romance from the men. So that's going to be the topic. We're going to do it like we did last week. I'll say something and then my brother says something so we don't overtalk each other and just have good dialogue and respectful conversation as brothers and sister, and then a man and a woman's point of view of it all. So Tim, you're going to start this week since I started last week. Go ahead.
Well, the subject matter we're talking about is traditional women and can uh, can men bring back romance? A lot of women that you talk to these days and you see on, I'm not just saying the ones that I know, but I'm talking about over the internet, over all social media. There's a lot of women that's saying that they don't see that men are being like romantic like they used to be and stuff like that. And I guess the problem is, men probably did they do want to be romantic. All men are not like dogs like that. There's a lot of good guys out there, and they say maybe the percentage are really, not saying everybody's going to have problems. Everybody's going to not perfect, but there are some good guys out there, but they might be getting looked over, maybe because of status, maybe because of the way they look, the money they might be making or not be making. But I think that I think now they want to be a little bit more romantic. And I'm thinking that the women, maybe I'm not saying all of them, but maybe some of the ones that they're meeting, um, the way the age is right now, I think a lot of women are more monetized than they ever been before. So, like I meet, you'll meet women and they'll start to say, well, this guy needs to make this much. He needs to take me out. He needs to do all that. And then sometimes you'll do that. But at the end of the night, maybe things not clicking, or maybe she got more guys in her rotation. So if guys feel that a woman is not focusing on them directly, and maybe the way she acts, the way she moves, then he might not put all his all in all into it. That's how I feel about it. I'm not saying that I'm not. I mean, I know there's some good women out there. Not all of them are bad. The media might be putting a lot of them out there that have the negative image like that, but there probably are some good. But the way that men are today, I think they're just more of afraid. They're just like, just a drop in the bucket. Now, I guess women need to like just show the guy that they're focusing on them, and maybe that romance will come back out. But like I said, things have changed so much. It's just hard to tell. But go ahead, Tim. What do you think about traditional women? Like I say, I mean, you have a different outlook on how you want to present yourself as a female. What do you think females need to do to better themselves, and then maybe those men will loosen up? And I'm just talking about like taking general, like the women that you know that are probably trying to be traditional, and compared to the ones that are doing God knows what. You know what I mean?
You see my face?
Yeah.
Okay, what year are we in? We're in 2023. So I got my homeboy Courtney on the line, and I got Jacket Denise on here. So both of y'all got a comment in, and I'll read the comments. But I'm gonna spit it like this: as a female in 2023, the traditional woman is really it's non-existent. You can't go back in time. So if you want to say where's the traditional woman, then I can revert and say where's the traditional man at. So we're just going to be having that tit for tat. So my thing is, at the end of the day, the traditional woman has never left. You as men have to dig deep. It says it in the Bible, Proverbs 18. He who findeth a good woman, findeth a good thing, findeth a woman, and obtains favor from God. So you got to realize the traditional woman has never left. We've been here since the 1931 to 1945s when y'all went to war. Understand, we had to step up and do what you guys want us to do. We were not only wives and mothers, but we also had to learn to be businesswomen. We had to go in the fields. We had to, how to do construction, work, repair airplanes. We did it all. So the traditional women is still here. It's always like, oh, well, now, you want to be a man. No, we always had to do this when y'all were absent in a good way because you were fighting the wars, or you were absent in the home because, you want to play the field. It's not about where the traditional women at and when can men bring romance. It starts with the man. It does not start with the woman because it's biblically says that. Because then when Proverbs 18 came out, it came Proverbs 31. You want to know about a virtual woman. A virtual woman, the ideal woman is virtuous. You want a virtuous woman. You want a strong woman. You want a selfish woman. And we wake up these type of women. I'm speaking of the virtuous women, the women that you guys want, that you pray for. We are waking up before the sun sets. We don't wait to be served. We know what it is. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to come tell us anything. We know how to delegate and engage in business. This is biblical. So those women that are out here that are taking care of home, they're still cooking and cleaning, making sure, even if they're making more money, they're not emasculating men, they're not putting men down. We're still here. It's that you guys have to take the initiative to find us. And by doing that, you have to go back to courting us. So don't wait on us to be like, well, I'm waiting to see if she going, I want to see if she's about my money. How about you just step out on faith and say, you know what, I'm going to give you some flowers. It don't take all that to go food line with you and Giant Eagle and get me some flowers. You know what I'm saying? They probably sell flowers at the Family Dollar. You know what I'm saying? It don't take all that. Just take the initiative and you will find that woman. We have not gone anywhere. And I have a lot of females.
3 minutes now, 3 minutes. Keep going. Go ahead.
I understand. I have a lot of females that feel the same way. Your turn.
Okay, this is what we're going to say. First of all, I'm not going to sit here and let just people just blame men, okay? First of all, men, we got to do a lot of work. Men are put here to build the things we need to do to survive, okay? Now, first of all, I understand Rosie the Riveter, and I know all that back in the day. Like we say, this is a brand new age. As for, we're saying that men, they're good men out here, but men got to go. They got to move. They got to work. They got to build themselves up. We don't got time all the time to be showing all this flowers and all this kind of stuff like that, because most of the guys been doing that. They've been the flower guy. They've been the beta male, and they've been getting screwed over. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of women, they say that they want that, but a lot of men, when they're a little bit younger, or when they start getting a little bit older and they want to settle down, now they don't want the bad boy. But from the ages of, like I said, from 21 to 30 years old, he building himself up. He's getting looked over. You know what I'm saying? So number one, men have built this place so that women could be safe. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to really try to get into the biblical text because the Bible got different things to say about it. Might say, we don't have to go there. You can go there, that's fine. But some of them say, let the man lead and do all this and, respect your man, listen to what he says and all that kind of stuff. But we don't got to go with all that because things do change. So we can't bring all that into it. But what I'm saying is men have built this world. We have built it up, scavengered the land. Not all of us have. Some of us have been slaves, but, moved it over, built America up, built this place to make women a lot safer. This ain't the jungle. Without men, you will not be able to survive out there. You know what I'm saying? We the one that build the cars If you want a ring, we're the one that mine it. If you want some shoes and some bags, we kill the animals. We skin them. We done did all that. So men, women have to understand. I respect women. I do. And a lot of things, when you got to the point where you're saying we're working and we're doing all that, well, we built these buildings up there for you. We did that. You know what I'm saying? So men, we all men want is respect. That's all they want. They want, if you beat the bad dude, he raggedy, that's cool. Regular traditional men. I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm not trying to battle with you or nothing. But when it comes to it, we can look at the numbers. Women back in the day, they had more to do. If they was picking cotton, doing whatever they was doing, it was hot outside. They had, our grandmother had, 12 kids? Okay, so
11.
I don't want to hear about what women did in the past. They had harder lives, and they stuck in there what they do. You know what I'm saying? So I understand you got to work, you got to do all that. You can try to do both, but do you want to be a strong, independent woman, or do you want to be a wife? That's what the men out here want to know what's going on these days. You know what I'm saying? There's good men out here. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's been my 3 minutes, but I'm not gonna let people just dog men. Men are this, men. There's good guys out here.
Okay,
and
pause, because you said 3 minutes. Now, what I never,
you ain't gonna dog men. You ain't gonna do that.
I never, okay, I never dogged men. You putting words in my mouth.
Well, they heard you. Go ahead.
The statement that I made didn't say go to work. Hey, poor you. I say negative words in my mouth. Okay, do that. Said, yeah, you were supposed to leave, but you got to understand what that means.
The camera was on. Go ahead.
You got to understand. You understand what that means. If you want us to submit and let you lead, you also have to lead by following a higher power. So let's just talk about our house, because I can't talk about nobody else's house. Let's just use us as an example. Daddy back in the day worked in the steel mills, but he also went to church. So when he went to church, mom went to church. Mom went to church, we went to church. So everything was in alignment. But once people stopped doing that, got away from, and I'm just going to say men, because men are the leaders. That's what you're saying, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. If men are the leaders, then you want a woman to follow you and submit unto you, then we have to be able to know that you're listening to someone of higher power, or you taking reins and you making good choices. So again, you want a good traditional woman, but the good traditional women were not the caveman mentality. Well, shut up, be seen and not heard, don't speak. That's not what it ever was. So once you realize that, when we look at our home, mom spoke up. She went to work. She was also a wife. She didn't pick, I want to be a housewife or do I want to be a businesswoman. Mommy worked in the banks and Liberty Mutual, all that. She was able to do both and take care of home. So you can't say, do you want to be a wife or do you want to be a businesswoman? Mommy was both. And women today are both. Always been.
Right now. There are some women that can be both, but that is because, see, a lot of people think because, what's it called? They think because when women went to work, it was to empower them and to help them be more strong and independent. That's not what it was for. It was for the fact that usually in the back of the day, when a family was made and the wife stayed home, you were only allowed to tax one person in the house, okay? So the government said, well, if we get women to work, we could tax 2 people in the house. You know what I'm saying? So back in the day, some women did work part-time, and there was nothing wrong with that. A lot of women were teachers. That means they could be a teacher, they could have their kids in the school, and they would be off at the summertime, so they could raise the kid while the guy was while the man was at work.
That's not part-time.
Hold on, male was at work. This is real shit. So when the government found out that they could tax both male and female, they wanted to push women into the workplace more for money. It wasn't because they believed in y'all or they want to be strong and independent or do all this stuff for feminism, whatever. The bottom line is this was about money. And see, when you check the family unit, when you make it more about money, see, a lot of women want to go for a high-powered man, high-value man, because she wants to be maybe a housewife. Some women do. Now, if you're just an average guy, you make about $46,000. A woman makes about 40 or 50 or around there. They both got to work, especially if they got more than one child. You know what I'm saying? So if you get a guy who's making more money, he doesn't want his woman to be a slave for somebody else. He might want him to be at home to help him raise the kid, because you see right now what they pushing on the kids right now. So you got single moms, they're not at home, or if the family is broken up. We can go black families are more raising, they're not together as a nuclear family. And then the school system is putting a lot of other stuff in the kids' head. That's because the mother is not at home. to raise it as the man. Like you say, if we don't go by the Lord and all that, I would rather have my wife raising my kids, or what's it called, Tim, when you raise your kids at home, homeschool them, instead of getting filled with all this garbage that the school is doing. These are the things we're talking about. We don't have to battle about it. And men aren't just trying to say, stay your ass home and be pregnant. I would rather have the money to do that, because if me and my wife are on the same program, she can help raise the kids and filter out all the garbage they're trying to put in the schools. And you know what I'm talking about. But sometimes you got to be careful, because they'll cancel you for talking about it. But go ahead.
Okay, so let's do this. Teachers are not part-time. So the teachers that we knew growing up,
back in the day,
not even back in the day, teachers were all Miss Langley, Miss Husnick. Listen. I let you talk. Please give me my chance. The teachers that we had were not part-time teachers. You know what I'm saying? The Miss Husnicks, the Miss Marnegians, all them, they were full-time teachers. There's not considered part-time. They ran full-time to be taxed. Like you're saying, that is correct. But they didn't, part-time means you're only working less than 30 hours a week. These teachers were putting in work. So they were not part-time teachers, because some of the teachers still also did, because they want that money as well. They also did summer school. They were not part-time. So let's get that correct, because I was also a teacher. So teachers work Monday through Friday as full-time, because they make the full-time money. So they were not even back in the day. With that being said, though, I mean, it's great. Yes, you can choose to be a stay-at-home mom. And like during COVID, you know, most of the mothers had to homeschool their kids, you know, or the fathers, because I know a lot of males that are actually I got a lot of more male guys that I went to school with that are actually full-time dads, and the mother's not around. So kudos to them. Like I said, I don't bash men, and we don't have to battle, but we can debate respectively and talk about what's real. But the topic of the hour is, you want to bring back to the judicial room. And my argument was, we never left. And the romance, it's vice versa. Let's just say, hey, I'm making more money and you a stay-at-home dad. Maybe I should romance you. Let me take you out. But again, it don't take all that to romance. Is not always about money. You could make some things. You can make a home cooked meal to romance me. You know what I'm saying? It's many definitions of romance. It's what you think is romance. What do you think romance is?
Okay, this is the whole thing. The romance thing is, well, let's just say when you're trying to marry, being with a wife, you're doing all that. Okay, the whole romance thing has been sold so much through Disney and Cosmopolitan and all this. He got to do this, y'all do. Men got to go and do work. It's bad out here right now. I ain't got time for all that. Maybe when we was doing like our first 3 years, I'm not saying I can't take you out sometime. I'm not saying I can't do things for you. But let's take the care of the business at hand. All you hear about is women. He ain't doing this. He's not buying me flowers. He's not sprinkling all this shit on the ground. He's not cooking. Man, we talking about men got to get out here and get it. You know, anything could come about right now. We're in financial crisis. We might be on the brink of maybe going to war. Nobody got time to be kissing women's feet, man. You know what I'm saying? For real. Listen, let's just try to get together and run the household. Life is not fun. It's not happy. It's not roses and petals and taking you on boat trips and all that. Sometimes you just got to get down to the meat and potatoes. And that's what I like the old school woman. Because when things got hard, you know, they just stepped it on up. Everything's about tradition, and he doesn't cook this, he doesn't do this. I mean, some men got a hump. They got to go do construction. They got to go to oil rigs. There's some dudes got to still go to mill, and they got to come home and hear what he's not doing. He ain't bringing me no flowers, and he works 16 hours a day. Now, I'm not saying anything is wrong with it, but this romance shit, this shit is for like the 20-year-old and the kids. Yeah, when you was in love in your 20s and all that, and it was all real, it was all brand new. When you get 30, 35, cut all that's too much. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying do it sometime, but don't expect it. I'm gonna try to do my job and you do yours. We need the kids and all that kind of stuff. Everybody's all about, how come he's not doing this and all that? And a lot of these women don't even like these pussy ass niggas. For real. I know women. I don't like that dude. He's too soft. He's too all that. Men be hearing this. So if they're too soft and doing all that, they're beta. If they're too alpha, he keep telling me what to do. Or he wants an old woman tradition. All of this is complaints. I wouldn't do this show to say, can romance come back? It might can, but men are busy. Women, if you want to cook, don't cook, whatever, I don't care what you do. But what I'm saying is, if you don't have two people and they trying to get together, then you're strong and independent. This person is strong and independent. I'm gonna just go do it on my own. I mean, and a lot of men are feeling that way. They're turning away from it because women are just, you can't please them. It's so confusing. They want this, they want that. They want Tupac with a degree. That's what they used to call it. I want a nigga that's Tupac, but I want him to have a degree too. Don't work that way. But that's just how I'm just telling you how men are coming and what they're saying online in front of me. And I talk to dudes. They're just tired, man. You know what I mean? They're just tired. I mean, they're getting older. So
I don't know what type of men you're speaking to or what type of men you're dealing with, because I even know some of your male friends that are married that are still taking their wives out, that are still out here going trips. Because guess what?
I hear what they say. Outside looking at it.
Can you let me finish? Hello.
But like I said, everything about Facebook and look at, I'm gonna let you, but I'm just saying, I'm hearing the real meat. Like I know your girls, they may look and do all that. I know you know their real story. I know their real story. I know the complaints and I know the good and the bad, but I know
you went over your 3 minutes. Can you let me finish my statement, please?
Go ahead, bro.
Because I still know that there are men that are my age that are still bringing the flowers, that are working full time. And because you know why? Because at the end of the day, the world is so high strung right now with all the negativity. You have to learn to take time. Is called, and if you're with your mate or you're with the woman that you're trying to cope with and you're trying to be something better, you both learn to have self-care. And that means I don't mind, because it's called, and that's the next topic for next week. I didn't want to bring it up, but it's also called, you just said it, she better know my list, and she better know I ain't doing none of that, and she better know this, that, and third. And then the woman saying my love language. But the people that I'm talking to, the people that have before me that are still married, they still take trips. They go out of town. They're buying a woman's flowers, candies. They take care of her because guess what? They know she's also running. She's at work, working 8 hours a day with people that don't care nothing about her. She got to come home, cook, clean, and take care of the kids. So he takes the time to cater to her, let her know that, hey, I still remember you. I know how I got you, and I want to keep you, because of what I don't do, the next man will. So there are men out here that are my age, because the guy that I'm talking to now brought me flowers. I don't want to bring it on camera, and he's older than me. He's 53. So I don't want to hear that men of your age, and it was only in 20s, if you don't want to do it. Nah, baby, we in daytimes, and women are working hard. And just like my man's doing it, I don't mind sending my man I'm dating some edible arrangements, let him know I'm thinking of him. Or, hey, you know what? I got some tickets to the game here in Charlotte, so let's go. That's called romance. That's still keeping you on my mind. I got to be looking out here at the side chick and the side dude, because you still remember me, how you got me, and you know that this world is hard. Let's take some time to get away from our 9 to 5s.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, listen, if you like the romantic dude, that's cool. I mean, go for him, whatever. But see, this is the problem. This is the problem with some men. Women are so much about romance. Hey, guess what? When your car was broke, when that battery needed to be changed, when them tires needed to be changed, when the gutters on the house was messed up, when the grass was needed to be cut. See, men, they do stuff like that, and then that stuff is meaningful. When the washer and dryer went down, or all this kind of stuff, he's taking care of the car, he's doing all that. See, men don't get credit for that. That's hardcore stuff. Your car don't run, you don't get to go to work. You know what I'm saying? If he's doing that. But so I'll get you some flowers, let your car be broke down. How come women always got these things in category A, but when men do the real hard work, they don't get no credit for that. They can't get a sandwich for that. You know, oh, he didn't take me over here. He didn't buy me no flowers. But the dude cut the grass all doggone week. Or he did this, or he did that. The little things, the stuff that means important. Flowers are not important. They're gonna die in 2 weeks. But the dude is trying to take care of all that business. He don't get no credit. This is what I'm talking about. I mean, I would give a woman credit. She, thank you, baby, doing all this, doing all that. Because I'm gonna tell you that a lot of women always say, how come men are cheating? These men dogs. Because I'm gonna tell you, and this is real talk. Men are not all dogs, but the problem is that they're not appreciated sometimes, and women are feminine towards them. We're always doing everything, do this, do that. Women are not feminine towards men like they are today. They're up in their face, telling them they don't need them. You know what I'm saying? Tell them that I'm strong and independent, all this. And then men are like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and do it on my own. I mean, because why do you think they got the Jews going overseas for the passport, bros, or whatever? All they want is nice feminine women. They don't want all these hard edge, hard nose. Leave that at work. I'm glad that you got your degree. I'm glad you're a doctor. When you come home, can we just be nice? I don't want to hear about what Judy did at the thing. I don't want to hear about none of that. But what I'm saying is give men credit for unplugging the toilet and quit worrying about the doggone flowers all the time.
See, that's your problem. That's 3 minutes.
Men don't get credit, man. They don't get credit.
That's 3 minutes. That's 3 minutes.
I'm gonna get the buzz. I'm gonna get
Okay.
the buzzer in a
So
minute.
I don't know what women you're talking to. I don't know what women you're talking to, because the woman I know, okay, maybe can you stop? Can you please mute your mic, because you're not letting me talk.
I'm saying, I'm just telling you.
Okay, so what I was trying to say
about just one woman, but go ahead. You got
what I'm trying to tell you, Chris Rock, because Chris Rock special talked about it. The 20-year-old girls are high maintenance. Just with the fingernails, the eyelashes, the stuff, the materialistic stuff. The women like my age and older, yes, we do appreciate men that are cutting the grass, taking care of the gutters, because he says it in his special. Chris Rock said in his special, you need to watch Netflix. He said older women are more expensive. We're not just about purses and lashes and nails. We are about getting the house fixed, getting our car fixed. So there are women, I get the majority of women that you're talking about. I don't hang with them type of women. And the women that I rock with we appreciate the man that is taking care of us, putting gas in our car. But a lot of men aren't doing that. So again, we can go back and forth about, you want to talk about women ain't doing this, women ain't doing that. But I know men, how many times I've dated, and you even witnessed this, I can only talk about my experiences and people that I talk to. I had a man that had my car, wouldn't take it, he only took it to the service department, and I had to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Daddy had a problem with that. He said a real man that's driving your car should be putting gas in your car, tires in your car, oil change, all that, and he should be paying for it. So again, that was only in 2010. So I don't know what you're talking about, because in the day, women are appreciative of the men, but again, women have to do what you guys stop when you drop the ball. For you saying, I don't want to hear about your day, then okay, I don't want to hear about your day. I don't want to hear about you want to go smoke some weed and drink some brew. I mean, it's the same thing. At the end of the day, you want us to just, you just demonstrated to be seen and not heard, to put up and shut up, give me some sex and fix my food and shut the hell up.
Your 3 minutes is up. I never said that. So now you put words about
that's what you described. That's what you described. You said you don't want to hear about Janie and Susan, all them. You just described it. Shut up and cook my food.
I didn't come home and tell you about my 3 minutes is up. I got till 30. Listen, when men come home, I'm not gonna tell you about my day, because you know what? I leave all that bullshit back there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying how men doing. You know what I mean? I might want to crack a beer, put my feet up and watch the damn game, as long as I'm paying the bills and trying to do what's right in here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not cheating on you and whooping your ass and doing all kind of shit like that. I'm saying, women, if you want to talk about Judy and how somebody did what, tell your girlfriend or something. Go call them on the phone. You're going to be on your phone anyway, scrolling. You know what I mean? But men just try to relax. You know what I'm saying? That's why they go and they say, I've had a hard day work. I'm trying to release. I'm trying to forget all that bullshit at work. You coming home telling me you don't work 8 hours with these fucked up people, and now you want to talk another 2 hours about what Judy doing. Just come home and relax. You know, that's what I'm just trying to say. You know what I mean? But the whole point is, look, this is what it's going to be. I'm really, however women going to act, I'm going to go get my money and do what I'm going to do and build myself up. It's other women, if you're looking for Mr. Romantic, marry him, make him give you a ring, and hope, you probably go outlive him and get his picture or something. Because I don't want to hear what women, because if they see the dude they want, he's Mr. Romantic, they should be able to bag him. Go ahead and bag him and marry him. So you try to say all these dudes out here is raggedy, that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like you say, I might not know the dudes that you meeting, but I'm saying all these dudes are not all bad. All of them ain't Pookies, Ray-Rays, putting gas in your car. I wouldn't even take a woman's car. So what is you doing? He ain't got no car. What you even dealing with him anyway? And now he wanted to fix it and do all this shit. Well, maybe this dude is not up on your caliber. You know what I'm saying? Maybe people love it, but if a guy, if he's bumming around and using your car, like, well, what you think? What you think is going on? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I like him, or it might be some other things like that. But I don't. All I'm saying is,
let me give you the real scenario. Okay, the reason why the gentleman had my car, because he gave his car to his ex because he was separated. She hit him up. So all he had was his motorcycle. So a day I couldn't be the woman saying, I ain't never gonna date a man at a bus stop because I don't know if that man his car could be broke down. That's why he's at the bus stop. I had to be realistic about the men in the world today, because that's the problem. People don't do this homework. Okay. The guy I was with was nothing wrong with him. He went through a separation. He lost everything. He was a good dude. He was the one that gave everything to her after he moved her down from up north and gave her the house, gave her the car, and gave her everything. He kept the motorcycle. He went and lived at his mom and dad's house. You know the story. So I'm not dating no dusters, but my thing is I had a state vehicle. My car was sitting at home. I don't need my car to sit still and idle and not do anything. My car needs to be revved up sometimes. So, hey, I'm not using it. If I'm trying to be your girl and you trying to get a job, you trying to be out here and handle your business, you not have no girls in my car, I'm gonna be the respectful woman saying, hey, I trust you to use my car to go to them job interviews, to go to work, because I'm not using it. So that's just common sense. That's not me being high maintenance, like, oh, girl, I met him he was at the bus stop and I ride past my blessing. That's called thinking. Every woman is not bashing men. I need you to get that narrative. We're not sitting around with our girlfriends somehow, Pookie and Ray Ray and all them. Women that we're dealing with, we're out here trying to support men. And there's a difference between expectation and standards. I have a standard. Okay. So yes, my standard is my love language of flowers, cars, candies. Let's go out to eat. Let's go bowling. Let's go get some pizza. Because guess what? You're going to have a good time with me. We friends, right? You want to base your relationship off of having friendship. So why can't you take me out to get pizza, but you want to go get pizza with your homeboys? That's the problem. You hang around your homeboys too much. Coach your girl, not your boys.
Okay. This the whole thing. This whole courting thing. See, first you got to understand what courting is and what it used to be. See, the problem with women is, I'm not saying all of them, is when you court a woman, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. Let's just say I'm courting a female, okay? I'm supposed to go meet her family first, her dad, her brothers, and they're supposed to vet me. I'm not even supposed to be able to be even taking her out on dates and doing all that at first until the family vet me. So this is what I'm saying, the things have changed. So now dating, see, back in the day, if you took a woman out on, you didn't take the woman that you were trying to court on a date. You were with her family and at family, you were kind of more in family oriented so they could find out who the fuck you were. But now women are on dating sites. They don't know this dude. They can't vet him. None of my mom don't know him. My dad don't know him. My homies don't know him. Maybe your fraternity sisters, maybe they don't know him. So this is a random dude, and he ain't acting right because ain't nobody vetting him. Only you're vetting him. But see, sometimes that's what your daddy would tell you. This dude right here might not be nothing. Or your mom might say, my parents did. Those people, I don't want you hanging around with them. They're bad news. Or maybe my dad might say so with your mom. This because they're older, wiser than you are. And if you really kind of want to meet somebody, like sometimes when you go to church and stuff, they have those single, they're trying to hook up people inside the church. I forgot what it's called, like a single
ministry.
Yeah.
Singles ministry.
So the problem is that the men that maybe some people are meeting, they're not being vetted, and then you find out that they're screwed up. Not all men are screwed up. No, that's not how they did it back in the day. I mean, you should, even right now, should try to find guys who are inside of your homegirl circle that maybe they can introduce you to instead of just going on plenty of fish or just meeting a random dude at the bar because you don't know who he is. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of things have broken down because family not picking dudes who.
You're breaking up.
Or match them up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe people first know they've been matching people up. And some of it's like arranged marriage. I'm not trying to say that straight. But sometimes when you're hanging in your community or your church or whatever, you can find a person that's kind of more like-minded like you instead of just being so random. Because, women, I mean, if you're out there random, whatever, you meet the wrong guy or you get knocked up or something like that, it could be, lifelong changing process. But yeah, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it can't happen. But like I say, there need to be more vetting between families. And if the family unit ain't constructed right, daddy's not there, it's broken up. It's gonna just be after generation of maybe not things being good. So that's.
So we had this conversation last week. You keep talking about the women doing this, women do it. Men are on the sites too. So it's not. Again, men are out here doing it just like the women are. So you can't just be like the women out here dating and plenty of fish and all that. There's sites that men are out here doing it. Just like I told you last week. I sent you the video.
Yeah.
Most women are not just twerking their booties. Okay, that might be that's what they're doing. The dances and the twerking. I sent you videos of dudes up here showing a eggplant moving in their pants, like doing all kind of crazy stuff, and they do it more. That men do stuff like, I don't want an eggplant pic. Send me a dick pic. Send me a dick pic. I'm not asking for that. You know what I'm saying? So men are more out here doing the most vulgar stuff, just like women are. And you can't shake your head no, because I got them in my DMs right now.
Like, I know what they are.
Right. So that I'm like, come on, don't tell me women are just more promiscuous and we all doing the stuff. Because men doing just this is grimy as hell. Like, I'm like, yo, I didn't ask you to send me. I mean, if I'm talking to you, my 30 minutes ain't up.
Hey, those are only some videos.
My 3 minutes isn't up. My 3 minutes isn't up. You keep cutting me off.
Go ahead. But you're not going to do that. I'm a man. I know what's going on out here. I know what's going on out here. I know what's going on out here with men. You know what I'm saying? Women, I mean, if you just really look,
you gonna let me finish, please? You gonna let me? My 3 minutes wasn't up.
Okay, well, so we'll get the 30 seconds then.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Now finish up. Because I can bring the statistics up if I want to. You know what I'm saying?
I can too.
Okay,
what I'm saying is,
I'm gonna tell you to do this.
Can you let me finish my statement?
I want you to type in a guy that's 25 and a man.
Let me finish my statement, please.
Okay, Tim, come on, let's go.
But you keep cutting me off. I can't go if you're cutting me off. Stop.
All right, calm down.
Stop cutting me off.
All right,
mute your phone.
I need that timer.
You keep cutting me off because I don't get my 3 minutes. I be quiet when you talk. Like, come on now, let's do this thing right.
20 seconds earlier. Go ahead, Tam. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, but I want you to type in.
No, you type it in.
A 25-year-old female and a 25-year-old man. Who has more sexual partners? And you just think dudes just out here just screwing every damn thing. Man, there's men right now. They're saying right now, a man who is 30 years old right now, and the age right now, he is having way more less sex than a woman that's probably 21 to 25.
They said lies. They said lies. I got people in here saying lies. You must not be watching.
While I look it up.
Yeah, let me show you, because right now there are men. Dude, stop! Please stop, because I'm about to. Please stop. They want to hear what I'm saying. Stop.
I'm listening to you.
Okay, so what they're saying is the men that's out here having the dude they just talked about. Somebody said you must not know about the dude that had 30 kids out here. So men are having more sex than women. They're out here with what you call it, Papa having a Rolling Stone. All that. The other dudes out here, he got 12 kids and he got dragged for it, even though he's taking care of all his kids. But there's men out here having more sex than women. So I don't want to hear that. It's always on the news. Now, it's not, Timmy, I watch it on the news. I'll see the link.
You're right.
Hold on. They're saying, tell Timmy to Google the man that has 30 kids. He got dragged for it, but people were saying he was taking care of his kids, but he was upset about it. There's another man out here that has 24 kids, 12 kids. They're telling me what it is. Men are actually having kids. They're popping like a Rolling Stone. Mama wasn't out here having all these kids out here by themselves. You got a baby by Susan, Sally, Janet, Terry, Kelly, Naisha, Keisha, all them. We're not doing that. You got how many different baby mamas?
Is your 3 minutes up yet? Okay, now this is where I'm gonna prove you wrong. I know I read the story. Those three dudes, I think, had a total of either 60 to 100 kids between three men, correct? Something like that, right? What, 30? How many?
The one dude had 30 kids with 5 different baby mamas.
Okay,
5.
So that's gonna tell you right there.
He's still having more sex than us.
Stop. Let me get my 3 minutes. Okay. If the dude got 30 kids, okay, by 5 baby mamas, that means that all those women are screwing the same man. Then that means he's getting all the ass. If he got 30 kids,
some of them were.
Stop.
No. Some of them were
3 minutes yet.
Some of them were triplets. Some of them were twins. They're telling me. I'm talking to the people on chat, to me.
Can I get my 3 minutes?
I'm telling what the people are saying in chat.
5 women are screwing the same dude.
You have to remember, we got people on chat. I'm telling you what people are saying. They're not just some people have triplets,
Okay,
quadruplets. It's not that. I got what people are saying.
Men are not having more sex than women these days. You are crazy.
The point I'm trying to tell you, I have people. Listen, what I'm telling you, I have people in the chat. Can I read the chat? People telling that you got to forget about people who are talking to me on chat. It's not me. So calm down. I'm reading what people are telling me in the chat. Can you stop? This is how we roll, y'all.
Now we freeze it up right here.
Yeah, I'm telling you what people are saying in the chats. You can't argue with the people in the chat.
That's people, Tam.
They're responding to you. Timmy, they're responding to your comments.
Because we're talking about people who think that's going on like that. I'm telling you right now.
They're telling me to tell you to look it up. I'm telling you what people are spitting in my chat.
I'm trying to, but
calm. You got to slow down though. If I interrupt you, it's because somebody's saying something on their live.
Okay.
So yeah, you got to remember, I got comments. I got 2 different streamings over here. I got Facebook, I got Instagram, and people are chiming in.
Okay, I'm trying to look it up. While you're doing that, I'm looking it up. You can read that.
Well, I'm just telling you what people are saying. I'm looking at people telling me, tell your brother, some of them women, the men are actually sleeping more because some of the kids are triplets, twins, quadruplets. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So men, I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, there's more baby daddies than baby mamas.
All right. Let me see. I can't find it for some reason. Okay, let's go to, because for some reason this ain't working.
The one dude was on Ayana Fix My Life. He had all his women in there.
Hold on. All right.
How many? Do y'all remember how many women that the man had from Ayana Fix My Life? It was more than 4. It was more than 4 women. How many women did he have? Like 8. But again, and some of them kids were twins, triplets. Can anybody remember that episode of Yana when that man had all them kids? So do y'all agree that women sleep more around with men or men sleep more around? I mean, I just know that as a woman, it's like, for me, it's hard to date a man because he got all these baby mamas. You know what I'm saying? So, and they're not the same baby. It's not the same, you know, to me may be accurate. But what I'm saying is men are just, he's still sticking his thing in everybody without using a condom. It starts with the man. I mean, if you don't want to have these kids, you want to court me, or you don't want to court me, you don't want a relationship with me, put a condom on.
All right, so we're going to go back to, see, this is, I'm just trying to say, what I'm saying is right now. Now, what I'm saying, we're talking about right now, what we can talk about average from 21 to 30, 21 to 30. I'm telling you right now that women are smashing dudes when it comes to having more sexual partners. They are more, because you have more access to men than you ever had in history. Okay, that means back in the day, before the cell phone, before social media, yes, men might have had more sexual partners, but now that you have access to more, you can go to cities, social media, you got more people in your DMs. Women are having more sex. What I'm saying right now, if a woman is 25, how many bodies do you think she has at the age of 25? Just an average. I ain't talking about her being a Christian and all that. I'm talking about if you go to college right now, or even when you was in college, how many women that you know that was about 24, 25, how many bodies do they have at average?
I don't know.
Huh? You know.
I don't know.
College, you don't know?
I don't know. I'm not gonna do hypotheticals. I'm not gonna grasp the straw. I said I don't know. I'm looking it up right now. Okay, I'm factual. I don't do grasp the straws. I'm not doing hypotheticals.
I wouldn't say if it wasn't factual. I didn't make it up. You know what I'm saying? If I know that they are having more sex than men these days.
Well,
because you got more virgins. You got more virgins under 30 than ever before. That means they ain't screwing. You know what I'm saying? So there's more virgins out here than damn near women who are virgins that are men. Because men are, a lot of men right now, they're not making the money. They're playing video games, all kind of shit, like all chads out there. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's called the 80-20 rule. There's only 20% of men screwing 80% of the women. You look up 80-20 rule to tell you.
Okay, here it is. I looked it up. Why men have more sexual partners than women? Google Men have more sexual partners than women. You asked for it. Men are having more sex.
What year? I mean, that's not factual. What year? What year? 2023?
You just asked me to type in. You asked me to type in the
Yeah,
age.
that could be anything.
Okay. I get y'all heard me, right? Okay.
Okay, let's go say right here now. Since you said that, we're gonna look right here. It says the 80-20 relationship theory states that you can only get about 80% of your wants and needs from a healthy relationship, while the remaining 20% you need to provide for yourself. Now that's not dating.
It said, okay, listen, I'm reading it. Men tend to have more sexual activity than women. Sex feels from men. Women have sex through emotion. So men are more sexual than women physically. We talked about that last week. You talk about how men are cheaters and women really don't cheat because we cheat emotionally. Men cheat physically. And it says it right here. Men tend to have more sexual activity than women do.
I wish I could find it.
Go ahead. So, I mean, you told me to look it up. I'm looking it up. So that's
all right. I'm going to debate that, though.
You can debate it, but you told me to look it up. So let's look at 2023.
I done see other charts, too. I done see. Okay, right now, I believe that who's cheating more, male or female? I think it's like 50% to like 47. That means we almost even right now. Men aren't just cheating more than.
Which gender has more sex?
Because there's more women out than men.
How often girls want sex? No, I want that one. Let's see in 2023. I'm putting in the year. This year, who has more sex, men or women? Y'all can look this up too. Who has more sex, men or women in 2023?
More in the 2022.
No, 2023.
Well, it's only half a year. Use last year because it's not.
Okay, I'll use last year.
More, and who's cheating?
I'll use last year.
Who's cheating more? Because the year ain't out.
I'm not saying cheating. I'm saying sex. We talking about sex.
No. I'm talking about if you're cheating, then you're having sex. So find out who's cheating more. You know what I'm saying? Who's cheating more, men or women?
Who's reporting it? What if you're not reporting it?
They're going to go by the divorce rate, Tam. They got divorces and all that kind of stuff, and who's having kids and all that. They can rate it. They know. And who's got STDs and all kind of doggone shit. They know what's going on out here. That's why they have a census out here. They know who's screwing and who ain't screwing out here.
Well, look, I'm not going to
be only men, maybe a little bit more.
See, my brother just said men might be a little bit more. So, okay. At the end of the day, I'm not going to look this up. We can break. It doesn't matter. Okay. Little bit, more bit. It's still men leading.
It doesn't matter. Okay. The problem is we don't got to go a little bit more bit. How many women are out here in the different races are getting married? Okay. How about that?
Now you change up. You change up the scenario.
They're not getting married.
If men are leading even by a little bit, it doesn't matter. You're still leading. It doesn't matter if you're leading by a little bit. You're still leading.
You know who else is leading? Black women are leading as the most not married. How about that? And
I don't know that. I gotta look that up. We'll bring that up on the next. We're gonna bring the statistics up next.
Yeah,
the next podcast. I'm not gonna sit up here and Google stuff. We'll bring up the statistics, real factual numbers, because I'm not gonna top up my here and hear what somebody says, CNN, all that stuff. I want to see it for myself. And I'm talking to the people. If you guys have your, because we're on live, I think it's very disrespectful to try to Google this while we're on live. It's eating up time. If you guys can type in who's leading, sex, if it's men by a little bit, what's the percentage of a little bit? Also, are we leading in divorce rates of being single as Black women versus white women? I mean, at the day, y'all, we'll bring it to you. We'll research that, because I'm not going to sit up here and just do that on a live and I got to type and I'm not looking at y'all. We're not communicating, because we can do that and bring you the numbers next week.
We'll have to bring the numbers another time and be more.
But at the end of the day, it's always going to be she says this, he says that. But again, at the end of the day, the traditional women, and we're going to bring it back in. The traditional women has always been here. It's just you have to find a diamond in the rough. Romance is still here.
We'll definitely have Well, if romance was still here, we'd be having more people would be getting married. You know, a lot of people getting married lately.
Yes. My girlfriend just got married this weekend. My girlfriend just got married this weekend.
How old is she?
40.
Okay, well, see, this is what I'm saying. Why is everybody waiting so late?
There you go again. Uh-oh, what happened to you? Okay, my brother then got off the live. Reason why women wait, because we're also running our careers. We're making sure that things are accurate. We're not coming. We're doing the homework. We're doing the things that the men want us to be. So we're not coming with all the baggage. We got to make sure we're taking care of ourselves. She had, you know, at the end of the day, I don't understand the battle. I try not to argue. I try to get my point across and be respectful. Just know that women are sometimes waiting later because we want to make sure we're put together. We've done our homework. We don't want to come with all the baggage. We don't want to come with all the how you treated me like my last dude. We're doing the work. You know, we're doing our careers. We're having our kids. And then, you know, and also it's not always about us. Maybe the gentleman want to wait, you know, of why you wait so long. Again, she didn't ask him to marry. She didn't ask to marry him. He asked to marry her. So my brother's trying to work on StreamYard. He kind of got off. He's going to try to bring it back up. But again, it's not always about the women. Sometimes you got to take accountability for the men. And I'll say this to Tim when he gets back on. It's not always about, you know, the women doing this, women doing that. Let me see if I can get him on the phone real quick. Y'all give me a pause. And I'm sorry that it got kind of heated, but I mean, I guess people want the, you know, y'all love the heated version, and I knew it was going to get heated. The topics that we pick. Give me one moment.
You reached the message center for Cameron Martin. Please leave your name, number, date.
Okay, let's see if we get Timmy on the live.
I can't get back here. You think you close it out on your end? Your end still running?
No, mine's still running. What we're doing is we're going to talk to you on the phone. So your question is, why did she wait? It wasn't about her. Her man wanted to make sure everything was right. So it's not always about the female waiting because the man.
Okay, I'm okay. We're not going to talk about it. I'm saying that
you asked me a question before you
get married so late.
Okay, and
that's not good, man.
That's not what I'm saying. It's not always the female. The man has to propose to me. So if the man might say, I'm not ready yet.
If a man takes about 1 year or 2 years, he goes over that, then more than likely he don't want to get married or he's fucking around. So that woman should replace him because she don't got time to play around. Women don't got time to play around.
Well, it depends. I can't say all women because at the end of the day, this lady has already built her family and he wanted to make sure everything was done right. And I know my other girlfriend got married later because people are, you know, they want to make sure. And it's not always the women. You can't always say why women. It takes two. If the man says, I'm not ready to get married yet, but I'm not going to let you go, and he's still producing.
That's called playing around.
No.
I'm going for the women's side. They say, listen, if you're dating a man and you're a woman, don't just date to say, hey, well, you know what? I want a future of being married. Let that guy know that. If he fucks around over 2 years, she should get rid of him. And that's what I'm telling women because she don't got time to play around. Her clock is ticking. Maybe she want to have a kids and a family. That dude should know 1 year they should be dating. Around the second year, they should be making plans and doing that. And that's real shit. That if a dude is really serious about a woman, it ain't gonna take him no 5 or 6 years.
I know men that have taken 5 to 6 years. I know a dude that waited 10 years before, you know, he was with the chick for 10 years and then engaged to her and then didn't even set the date. So again, a woman will say, no, I'm not going to wait that long. But some women say, you know what, I didn't put in the work. We playing house first or whatever, because he keeps saying I'm not ready yet. The finances ain't ready. It's not always the women. And I'm not saying men are being put.
What it is that people are trying to, they're trying to be like, everything got to be prepared. A lot of people, they got married young, they did it, they learned as they went along. And they stayed together longer than the people right now. That's what killed me. How many people that was older than us, got married younger than us? I mean, I don't know anybody that was married like 30 years, except for maybe like our grandparents, something like that. People barely make 8 years, 10 years in marriage because they're just not doing it right.
I just talked to my friend the other day. He's been married 22 years and he's my age.
If you go to an old woman and say, this guy made me wait 5 years to get married, she would be like, dump his ass. You know what I'm saying? Because old women didn't play that shit. Like, man, number one, a dude who was a father wouldn't play that. Hey, you're messing around with my daughter, you're going to make an honest woman or you get your ass shot. Get the hell out of here. Because nobody played around. Like, everybody's just playing around and dating and doing all this bull crap. But then they want to complain that they want to get married, they want to be a good man. As soon as they say, hey, when you meet a guy, hey, dude, listen, I want to get to know you better, whatever, but my future plan is to get married. You trying to do that or you trying to fuck? And then let him lay it down on the line if he lying or not. But women, hey, if you women want to get married and meet nice guys, then expect more from them. And tell them what you want.
Women are doing that.
With the dating game.
Women are doing that. You dating, the guys are lying, or they realize they can't match what they said they're going to do. You women are good. You women are good at going up through men's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You know what men is lying. Women are way more better liars than men. So you guys should be able to feed through his bullshit. But maybe you're just mostly connected to him. But you women know. I mean, you guys have a very keen sense of knowing about thinking through some bullshit. Even with your own homegirls, you be like, hey, that chick right there, you know what's up. But you got to remember, women are loyal. There are more loyal women that not going to just cut their man off because they're trying to build him. Because first thing you're going to say is, she didn't give me no time. She was trying to rush me into marriage. And women are saying, I don't have to rush you, but because as soon as we let one man go, then we making it easy for the other chick. A lot of women hold on to a man because they know as soon as he's ready, he'll do it. So you got to remember, there's loyal girls out here. We ain't just trying to just do it to be doing it. But I know a lot of women out here, sometimes, again, it starts with the man. If the man says, hey, I'm proposing to you, I'm doing this, I'm making sure we're going to get everything straight. Some men are strategics. The reason why maybe it worked for our parents and our grandparents, because you forget, there was a village. There was everybody around. We don't have no more big mamas and big papas no more. So everybody's out here getting married without a plan. Our parents didn't get married without, yes, they tried, but they had a plan. They definitely had a plan. You know what I'm saying? So that's when it comes to the 5-year plan, the 10-year plan, what you see yourself, longevity. That's the type of person that is. I'm not going to cut out a man that I just was with him for 2 minutes or 2 years. And then as soon as I hang up, then the next chick comes and I did all the work. No, we're loyal.
Yeah, but that's waiting too long. You guys don't have that amount of time. Men can wait for that amount of time because, they get better. They get better as older. They become more mature. Women, you have a small clock that you're trying to get and build a family with and do things. You ain't got time to be waiting on no raggedy ass dude who's bullshit or
he might not be raggedy. He could be a doctor to me. He could be a lawyer. It don't mean he's always. See, you putting down your own men. I'm not talking about the raggedy dudes. I'm talking about the dudes that's in school, the dudes that's doctors and lawyers. What I'm saying is, what if the dude is trying to be a doctor? He's a lawyer. He doesn't want to have a family yet. He wants to get his career first. And the woman that he's with, she understands that. She understands his goals. She understands his ambitions. So it ain't all about, Pookie and Jerome. We talking about Derek and Chase. You know what I'm saying? Hey, baby, I'm in school right now. I'm getting my doctorate.
Hey, I'm back on. Hold on. My camera about to come back on. Hold on.
Okay.
You on camera right quick, because we about to end up about to be an hour. Hold on.
Right, but I'm saying it's Chase's and Derek's out here or in medical school. He's not trying to get married. His money, he got tuition, everything. He's student loans. So she understands what he's trying to do. She's going to be loyal. She's not going to try to leave him.
Okay.
So.
Okay, I'm back now. Oh, return.
Yeah, so it's not always the lame dudes. It might be the dude that's having a career and he's out here trying to build something.
Okay,
But
I can understand that, but usually, I mean, if he's a doctor or something, you know, I mean, you know, because he's going to be a stalemaker. Maybe I don't know how long it takes you to become a doctor. I know you're probably going to be 30 something by the time you get everything, you know, get everything about running. But
he
listen,
might not want to be married. He might want to have his tenure.
Okay.
He might want to do a year or two and make sure it's what he wants to do. So
Okay,
it takes forever to get your doctorate. Then he gets into a hospital. Let me get established and see where it goes. So there might be a 5-year plan, might be a 6-year plan, depending on the woman that's why you communicate and you find your relationship.
Some women, like we just say, maybe other races, they try to lock that dude down. So there's a lot of competition in sometimes other races of women. You know what I'm saying? So they say, look, if I meet this dude, I gotta grab this dude because he could get 15 of these other chicks or 50. He's a lawyer or a doctor. What am I gonna do to make him want to marry me or be loyal to me? What she just can't be giving him ass. Because everyone.
But again, you just said it. He has to pop the question. So again, it's not always the female.
Okay, listen. What I'm saying is, what's gonna make him pop the question? What do you have?
Her being loyal, her being there when he ain't have nothing, and her being loyal. Okay, I don't have no money now.
Okay. Let's just say he started to go to school when she was in college. If she met the dude in college, yeah, I can get that. But because that's when you're supposed to do it. That's what I'm saying. When you're in college, she meet the dude. He's gonna be an engineer. He's gonna be a doctor. If she be loyal to him, then yeah, he's gonna put her down.
So but that means sometimes she has to wait.
Not when he became a doctor.
So that's why she's 40 years old. Because she waited for the dude to finish.
Listen, people need to go talk to like a marriage counselor or something. If you think 40 years old is a good age to get married, it is not.
No, you asked me a question. When did my friend get married? That's why she waited on the dude to get established. That's nothing wrong. And they still had kids. So my thing is she waited.
I mean, you could be, what's that called? Anomaly. That's not the way people do it out here these days.
It is people that are doing out there that way, Timmy. I mean, how many people have kids and they're not married yet, and then they get married after they have their kids? That's not the traditional way to do it, but that's what people are doing now.
When do you think a woman should get married? What age do you think she should get married? When she meets a nice guy, what age?
I don't know. I don't know because everybody's different. I can't give you that. Because I know one thing, I should have got married when I got married. I would have waited to get married now.
She's old and she could probably have kids and not be really a lot of problems. What
I don't know. I just told you every situation is different.
You do know.
Don't. Stop telling me what I know. I just told you every situation is different.
Oh my man, doctors all over the place go tell you when is the best time.
Every situation is different. Well, how old do you think? How old do you think for a man?
Most. What is it called? Average. What is average? You know what the average is?
I don't know, Timmy. You keep.
Is it 50%?
You give me the number.
Huh?
You give me the number since you know everything.
When you're a woman, when is it the prime time?
I don't know because every situation is different. I just told you my answer. I don't know.
Young women, just say it. Young women, younger.
Women,
younger.
Okay, you can ask social media. I don't know. I told you something.
If somebody asks me when is the best? If I want to be a professional basketball player, when is the best time for me to do it? When I'm 40? No. When my muscle mass is good.
That's basketball. You're comparing apples to oranges. Don't be
apples to oranges.
Okay, so basketball and marriage is two different things.
Biology.
Why are you getting so hostile? I just told you my answer.
When you have a sports figure,
I don't know.
I don't want the
women. Do y'all know the average?
I don't know. Prime. We know what prime is. We know what biology is. We know what young is.
And you just found out last week prime is different for everybody. That's why the man got.
I'm talking about no woman who was 50 years
old.
Dawn
Lemons got exit for talking about prime. Women today are still having babies at 50 years old. So you can't say that anymore.
Anomalies. This is not anomalies. We're not talking
about
anomalies.
What are you talking about?
You don't name me 10 women that's 50 years old and having babies, or 20 of them.
I can name 5.
Huh?
You getting
I ain't talking about Guinness Book of World Records, man. I'm not talking about
it either, Timmy. I can talk about 5 women that I can know off my hand that have babies in their 50s. You getting too hostile. Calm down. I don't. The answer that I gave you is I don't know.
So that's wise for you to be 90 years old when the kid is graduating from high school. That's called dummy.
That's what you think. That is not what everybody else thinks. That's your opinion.
When you're younger, Tam.
That's your opinion, Timmy.
Flip it around. I want to, if I have some kids, I want to be when I'm 20, 30, and the 40s. That way, when I retire, they're grown. I don't want to have a teenage kid at 50 years old.
That's you. There's some people that want that.
They don't
That's
want that.
you.
They waited too late.
That's you. There's some people that want to wait and have their children when they're established. That's your opinion. That you are one person.
That's what they probably read the street and probably was too damn picky. Now they waited too damn long.
Anyway, y'all, do y'all know the average? I mean, that's your opinion to me. And there's other people that said, I didn't want to have kids young. I wanted to wait till I was established.
Yeah, because they wanted to go with their career. Okay, that's fine. Well, then run with your career.
And so and when they got their career, then they had their family. That's nothing wrong with that. So some people don't mind being their parents being 50 years old and a kid is 40 or 4. You know what I'm saying? That's Timmy, you just asked the question. I know people that are 50 years old and have the kid is 4 years old.
I know. 80% of men want to do that. 80%.
Why are you getting so hostile? Calm down. If you could see your screenshot right now, you'd be like, yo, cut it out. Your opinion of having a family at a young age, that's you. There's some people that don't want to do that.
I'm talking about United States.
In the United States, my friend just graduated. His baby is 4 years old. He's 50. Okay, I gave you one example.
I said average. The United States.
Okay.
The United States.
Again, I don't have it pulled up, so I'm not going to give you straws. I will get the numbers next week.
Okay, I'm gonna bring my numbers too.
Calm down.
I'm just saying.
That's your opinion. Everybody don't think. Every man does not think like you. Okay, but I'm saying to you is every man doesn't think
majority.
Every majority man does not think like you.
I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm thinking
no one said you was crazy.
No, 50% of men, and I know more, are not trying to have a kid at 50.
Somebody just chimed in. Okay, somebody said, let's agree to disagree because you're not right. They said, let's agree. Because I got females telling you that you're not correct.
He can't tell nobody can tell me he ain't right. I have my own mind.
They just said, let's agree.
We go average.
Listen to what you just said.
Trying to get us.
Okay, y'all, I'm sorry. He's not listening. He's not letting me read. He's not letting me read the chats. I'm sorry, y'all. He's in his emotions right now. Y'all give me a minute. I'm trying to read.
Go ahead, because we gotta set it short. I gotta be able to upload it and send it to you over hours. So go ahead.
Right, they said agree to disagree because they saying that's your opinion. Every man doesn't think like you. That's what I'm reading it right now.
Okay, but
you said a lot of men. Listen, can you stop for a minute, please?
Yeah,
I'm reading. I'm trying to read
it. Around the bush, man. Nobody wants to come with just a factual thing. I'm not saying the right number. I'm saying with common sense. We saying common sense, not numbers and all that. If a man wants to build a family, what is a nice age for his wife to be and how old he be on average of the United States?
They're all saying it depends. It depends on the situation. That's what everybody's saying. It depends on the situation. It depends on.
He loves this woman. They want to make a baby. What age is that?
We're going to agree to disagree. We're going to agree to disagree because that's what everybody's saying. Because you're not giving it. You're not understanding.
It's called they want to beat around the bush.
That's your opinion. It's his opinion, y'all. Don't go. You know, he's on one tonight. He picked the right topic. Make sure you come with your numbers next week.
I love you, sis. You know how we get down.
Again, you can't show inside activity out in public. Calm down.
Oh, you calm down.
I hope you see your screenshots of yourself or your face.
I'll tell you what. Me and you are going to also get, I want a yes and no answer. You know, we're going to try to do that too. Yes,
you don't do it. I asked you several questions on this live. You don't even answer. I asked you, what did you think wrong? You don't answer questions that's being asked to you. And you forget, I'm talking to people here. Telling me to ask you questions. You got to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I can be direct.
We didn't ask you to be direct. We asked you to answer the questions being asked.
I like direct answers. I don't like mulberry bush. Well, my friend and my other 20 girls.
No, that's what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about. They said, I asked you a question earlier. You never answered it because you kept talking.
What question?
When I asked you, what do you think? How does Timmy think romance is? How do you romance women? They're asking you personally. As a man.
Okay, this is what I'm saying. Okay. I have no problem with flowers, stuff like that. It depends on who the woman is. But men show love differently than what women want. So if I'm a man and I'm doing stuff for her, I'm trying to make sure things are the house and all that. That's how I'm showing love too. But that don't count in some women. Oh,
But that's for
he
you.
built me a house and he bought me a car, but he didn't bring me flowers last Tuesday. See, I don't like that. Yeah,
You know why?
get it, but I like if a woman is doing the groundwork, she might, she's doing that. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? I do. But women all of a sudden, because they've been sold this cosmopolitan romance, Disney World, they think that that's how it always works. Romance. Okay, let me ask you this. We'll just say 50 years ago in slavery, you think they had romance with cotton?
Yep.
You think that they would? No, they did not. They was making kids and getting the job done. So romance is something new.
You need to go back. You need to go back and watch Roots, because Chicken George courted her. Okay, he did bring her. He brought her dead in lines out the field. So yes, he brought her flowers. Watch the movie.
That's a movie.
But I'm saying, you asked the question. You asked the question. Yeah, you said back in slavery, did they court? Yes, because they realized that the slave masters were taking their women and sexing them. So he made to make sure that she felt like that she wasn't just an object. So yes, he did court them back in the day.
I wasn't there. I wasn't. Like you said, that's not factual. We don't know.
There you go. See, you being
I did the same thing you did. I did the same thing you did.
You're being the guy on the south.
I wasn't there. I don't have the facts.
The north end of a donkey going south.
No, so I did the same thing you did. See how you do it? So you said.
I'm reading. Calm down. I'm reading. Calm down. So they said, what advice or beneficial thoughts do viewers walk away from watching this tonight? They want you to wrap it up because you're doing too much.
Man, we just, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know what I'm saying?
So okay, so the initial, because you came in late, the initial topic of the hour was the traditional woman and can a man bring back romance? So for me, I stated that the traditional woman has always been around. It's just the men has to, we're the diamonds in the rough, and you have to basically look for the traditional woman. We have never gone anywhere. But if you're going to ask for a traditional woman, then we need to ask for the traditional man. Romance is still here. It's just your definition of romance. Timmy's definition of romance, he's saying that as long as he's taking care of the house and the cars and everything and mowing the grass and all that, a woman should be appreciative of that. And I was telling him, just like the Chris Rock special is, the women that are 40 and up appreciate those type of men because they want their cars and their house and their gutters taken care of. So again, you're talking about 20-year-old versus the women that are our age and older. We do appreciate the man that's taking the time out, that's providing for us and working hard. But again, Timmy's thing is he just like women should get away from the flowers and all the nonsense, and he don't want to hear about our days. But we as women, we want to hear about your day working in the mill or working in construction. We want to hear about that stuff because that's how we are. We're naturalists. We want to ease you up. We want to take you away from things because sometimes men feel like, and this is what it is, men were taught to not do what we do, to keep it all in, to keep it balled in. I got to be strong. I can't show nothing. I can't talk about it. And today's world is saying that's how men are out here killing themselves because they don't know how to communicate with their spouse. And the spouse is saying, hey, baby, just tell me about your day. Now I'm just talking to my homeboys.
Well, men, we know that we start showing weakness, women start to lose respect for you. We know this. Women, you women do it all the time.
That's not weakness, and all women. And let's say some, because all women are not like that. Some, not all. Because again, I know men that are, the Tupac Shakur type dudes. But he's also sensitive to me and my needs. We can't hear you, Tim. You're muted. You muted yourself. You're muted. We can't hear you. Yeah. So at the end of the day, we're going to wrap it up. We went over at 8:30. Started at 8:30, so we were at 9:44. We can't hear you. You froze up. So they said they like your thoughts, but what about the women that can do it themselves? Please don't get him started, because he's saying those type of women are trying to be men. They're independent. They don't know how to be feminist and soft. So he don't want to hear that. He's gonna say you proved this point that you don't allow a man to be a man. You're trying to be a man. We can't hear you. Your mute's on. Take your mute off. You're on mute. Okay, y'all. I don't know what's going on with his thing. But yeah, if you ask from the discussion last week, he said women that's doing all that are trying to be men. So let the man do his thing by cutting the grass, mowing it, taking out the trash, fixing the cars. I'm glad you guys still tuned in. So we're going to go ahead and just wrap this up because he's frozen right now. Independent simply means a woman that lives alone. If there's no man there, who else is there to do it? The single woman. Correct. All right. Well, hopefully he'll see the end of this when he fixes the. So right, there's independent men and there's independent women. I get it. So y'all, thank y'all. Sorry for the heated discussion. I was trying to get him to calm down because my brother can get on 1 to 100. But we're gonna go ahead and end this live because we're past the 8:30 mark. We stayed about 16 minutes over, and we appreciate the love. I promise you it'll be more organized and next week with the numbers.
All righty.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up. Have a good night, y'all. Thanks for the support.
All right.
Yeah, I can see you. Go ahead and log off.
Yeah, I am right now. Hold on. Okay. Oh, it's to the end. I should be able to say, okay, there it goes. Okay, there it goes. Right. Come on. Yeah, I want to get this other laptop.